Hello, Globetrotters and adventure seekers. Welcome back to your favorite channel, Crazy Moves. This is your go-to place for all things adventurous, offbeat, and downright crazy. We're all about giving you the lowdown on the most thrilling, most unusual, and sometimes even the most challenging places around the world. Today, we're taking a detour. We're going to explore the flip side of our globe-trotting adventures, counting down the top 20 worst countries to visit. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Kicking off our countdown at number 20, we find ourselves in Venezuela, a country where the economic struggles are as vast as its landscapes. Notorious for its high inflation rates and a struggling job market, Venezuela's citizens are grappling with economic instability daily. On to number 19, we land in Angola, a nation that is no stranger to political turmoil. Corruption runs deep in Angola, casting a shadow over the potential of this country. The government's inability to provide basic services has resulted in a significant drop in living standards, pushing Angola to this. At number 18, we have South Sudan, a country grappling with a combination of economic and social issues. High unemployment rates, coupled with a lack of access to quality education and healthcare, have left the majority of South Sudan's population in poverty. The situation is further exacerbated by an unstable political climate that discourages foreign investment. Our countdown moves to number 17, which takes us to Yemen, where social issues are at the forefront. Gender inequality and a lack of basic human rights have tarnished the image of Yemen. Despite its rich history and culture, Yemen's stringent laws and restrictions have led to a significant decline in tourism, affecting its economy. Finally, at number 16, we find Haiti, where the political issues are the primary concern. Frequent changes in leadership and a lack of transparent governance have led to instability in Haiti, leaving its citizens in a state of perpetual uncertainty. Haiti's potential is overshadowed by the ongoing political strife, making it a challenging place to live. This wraps up the first 5 countries on our list. But hold on, it gets worse. Venturing further into our countdown, we arrive at the 15th spot, where we find the Republic of Chad. This landlocked nation in North-Central Africa grapples with numerous challenges, including a lack of infrastructure, poor healthcare, and widespread poverty. Despite its rich cultural history and stunning landscapes, Chad's chronic instability and often violent political climate make it a challenging place to live. Slipping to the 14th position, we encounter the Republic of Haiti, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. With a history tainted by political instability, corruption, and natural disasters, Haiti's potential remains unrealized. Its vibrant culture and resilient people continue to strive for better, but the country's systemic problems persist. In the 13th position, there lies the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. A country that's been at the epicenter of conflict for decades, Afghanistan's socio-political landscape is complex and volatile. Despite its rich history and stunning geography, the ongoing war and political unrest have left the country in a state of constant turmoil. Next, at number 12, is the Democratic Republic of Congo, ravaged by political instability, corruption, and conflict. Despite being rich in natural resources, the DRC is one of the poorest countries in the world, with a significant section of the population lacking access to basic necessities like clean water and electricity. And finally, at the 11th spot, we discover the Central African Republic, also known as the Forgotten Country. CAR has been ensnared in a cycle of violence and poverty for years. Despite its abundant natural resources, the country remains one of the least developed in the world, with a majority of its population living in extreme poverty. We are halfway through our countdown, and the countries are becoming notably more challenging. Each country listed, Chad, Haiti, Afghanistan, Congo, and the Central African Republic, carries a unique set of difficulties, but they are united by the shared struggle of their people to overcome adversity and build a better future. These are not just names on a list, but real places with real people facing real challenges. As we break into the top 10 of our countdown, we descend further into the ranking. The circumstances that place these countries here grow increasingly grim. We begin with Sudan, placed 10th, a nation marred by elevated crime rates, and an unpredictable political climate. The absence of efficient governance has allowed corruption to spread uncontrolled, leaving its people in a perpetual state of apprehension and fear. Shifting to Yemen, ranked 9th, we discover a country battling severe economic crises, with a significant proportion of its citizens living under the poverty line. Compounded by a dearth of basic amenities and infrastructure, life here is a ceaseless fight for survival. Syria, holding the 8th spot, is a country where human rights are virtually non-existent. Freedom of expression is stringently suppressed, and disagreements are met with ruthless force. The government's authoritarian approach has resulted in widespread civil discord, making it a precariously difficult place to reside. The 7th worst country on our list is Madagascar, where the degradation of the environment is a pressing concern. Uncontrolled deforestation, contamination, and rampant wildlife hunting are just a few of the environmental problems menacing this nation, causing a swift decline in biodiversity and jeopardizing the livelihoods of its citizens. Finally, at number 6, we find Afghanistan, a country where the education system is collapsing. With a high rate of illiteracy and limited access to quality education, the fate of the country's youth teeters on the edge. This, combined with soaring unemployment rates, forecasts a grim outlook for the country's future. These countries, from Sudan to Afghanistan, stand as a stark symbol of the multitude of issues that can afflict a nation, from economic instability and political corruption to human rights violations and environmental destruction. They serve as an alarm bell, a reminder of the urgent global action required to tackle these pressing, but steel yourselves, we have yet to reach the culmination of our journey. Stay tuned, because the top 5 will stun you. Finally, we have reached the top 5 worst countries on our list. These are the countries that have garnered their rankings due to a myriad of issues, from political instability to environmental concerns. But let's dive in. In 5th spot, we find Somalia, a country plagued with political unrest and economic instability. Somalia's government has been accused of gross human rights violations, including unlawful detentions and torture. The economy is in shambles, with a majority of the population living below the poverty line. The lack of basic services like clean water, electricity, and healthcare is rampant. Moving on to the 4th place, South Sudan, a nation with a deeply troubled history of civil wars and military coups. The political situation in South Sudan remains volatile, with frequent changes in leadership and a lack of democratic processes. The country's infrastructure is severely lacking, with poor road conditions, unreliable electricity supply, and a lack of access to clean water. In addition, the high crime rate makes South Sudan a risky destination for tourists. The 3rd spot taken by North Korea, a country that has been in a state of war for decades. The ongoing conflict in North Korea has caused widespread destruction, displacement of people, and severe humanitarian crisis. The country's infrastructure is virtually non-existent, making it one of the most difficult places to live. The 2nd worst country on our list is Syria, marred by environmental issues. Deforestation, pollution, and climate change have made Syria one of the most environmentally unfriendly places on Earth. The government's failure to address these issues has resulted in a significant decline in biodiversity and a drastic increase in pollution levels. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the number 1 worst country, Afghanistan, is a land where political instability, economic hardship, and environmental degradation collide. A place where civil liberties are suppressed, and the rule of law is often disregarded. Afghanistan's lack of investment in education, health, and social services has left its population struggling to survive. And there you have 5th to 1st, Somalia, South Sudan, North Korea, Syria, and Afghanistan. But remember, every cloud has a silver lining, and these countries are no exception. Despite their challenges, they are home to rich cultures, resilient people, and stunning landscapes just waiting to be rediscovered when the situation improves. So, here's hoping for better days ahead for these nations. That concludes our countdown of the top 20 worst countries to visit. We have journeyed together through various corners of the globe, uncovering the challenges and hardships that make these nations a tough place to be. Whether it's due to political instability, environmental problems, poor living conditions, or human rights issues, These countries certainly present some harsh realities. But remember, understanding these global issues is the first step towards change. It's only by acknowledging and spreading awareness about these situations that we can hope to make a difference. So let's not stop at just knowing. Let's strive to take action, however small, to contribute towards making the world a better place. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Your support helps us bring more such enlightening content your way. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more exciting content from Crazy Moves. Until next time, keep exploring.